How to overcome discouragement. What would you do if you were diagnosed with the deadliest disease in the world? This disease is not cancer or AIDS, it is discouragement. Why is discouragement so terrifying? Because it is everywhere. I experience it, you experience it, everyone does. Discouragement is common, and it can happen repeatedly. It is not something you become immune to after experiencing it once. Even worse, discouragement is contagious. Your discouragement may spread to others, causing them to feel disheartened as well. Why do we become discouraged? Fatigue. Some people believe discouragement is a spiritual issue. They say, I need to recommit myself to God. However, their real problem might be that they are physically and emotionally exhausted. They simply need rest and a chance to recharge. When does fatigue lead to discouragement? At the beginning of a task, you are full of enthusiasm. Everything feels fresh and exciting. But after some time, the excitement fades, and the work starts to feel monotonous and dull. Life falls into a predictable routine, and everything becomes repetitive. Have you ever experienced this while hiking? At the start, you might think, I can reach the summit in 4 hours. But by the time you reach halfway, 5 hours have already passed. You start to wonder, should I keep going? The way back is just as long. Suddenly you begin to think, maybe it's God's will for me to turn back. Fatigue is the #1 cause of discouragement, and it often occurs just past the halfway point. This is why many people fail to accomplish their goals. Frustration. The second reason people become discouraged is frustration. In the book of Nehemiah, the Jews who were rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem became discouraged and frustrated. Whenever you undertake a project, unnecessary distractions and obstacles will inevitably pile up. These frustrations can drain your energy and make you feel stuck. Life's garbage refers to those trivial matters that consume your time and energy, leaving you feeling overwhelmed. These obstacles prevent you from becoming the person you want to be and from focusing on what truly matters. This garbage clutters your path and hinders your progress toward your goals. You must learn to recognize and clear it away. Failure. The third reason for discouragement is failure. Some people think, this is impossible. I'm too foolish to even try. I should just give up. They fail to complete their work as quickly as planned, and their confidence plummets. They become discouraged and lose heart, saying, we can't do this. We might as well give up. How do you handle failure? Do you wallow in self-pity and say, poor me, I just can't do this? Do you start complaining, this is impossible, I must be too stupid to succeed? Or do you blame others, thinking, everyone has let me down, they aren't doing their part? The difference between winners and losers is this. Winners see failure as a temporary setback, while losers see setbacks as the end of the road. Fear keeps you from moving forward. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of criticism or embarrassment? Are you afraid to take a big step into a new job? Perhaps you fear that you are not capable enough for the role, that you won't be able to sustain yourself, or that you won't be perfect. Fear often leads to discouragement. How can you tell if your discouragement stems from fear? One strong indicator is the overwhelming desire to escape. You might think, I just need to get out of here. When fear strikes, you have 3 choices. You can angrily resist it. You can run away from it. Or you can bravely face it and walk through it with faith. How to overcome discouragement? Find a better approach. Reorganize and readjust your life. When you feel discouraged, don't abandon your goal. Try a new method instead. Feeling discouraged doesn't necessarily mean you are doing the wrong thing. It may simply mean that your approach isn't working. Having problems in your life? Try adjusting your routine. Struggling in your marriage? Don't give up. Try a new attitude toward your spouse. Facing difficulties in your career? Don't quit. Explore a new direction. Feeling spiritually dry? Don't walk away from your faith. Find a fresh way to pray and reconnect with God. Experiencing health issues? Don't lose hope. Perhaps a different doctor can provide new insights. The key is don't give up, keep going. Reduce pressure and stay focused. Some people feel discouraged because they are carrying an overwhelming burden. Their workload is massive and unbearable. If that's you, then God's message to you is to reorganize and refocus. Prioritize your goals. Remove the trivial and unnecessary distractions that consume your time. Once you clear out the clutter, you will have renewed energy to move forward toward your purpose. Surround yourself with supportive people. We need other people, we need encouragement, we need a group of people who will support and uplift us. Solomon wrote, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up." Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Life is difficult, and having supportive people to encourage us makes all the difference. Remembering the Lord means recommitting yourself to Him and drawing strength from His Spirit. Keep 3 things in mind. Remember what God has done for you in the past. This will uplift your spirit. Remember that God is with you now. Even if you don't feel His presence, He is still there. He has promised, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Hebrews 13:5. Remember that God will give you the strength you need for the future. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Shift your focus from discouraging circumstances to God. Choose positive thoughts. Your thoughts determine your feelings. If you constantly dwell on negative thoughts, you will naturally feel discouraged. Do you want encouragement? Then start thinking about things that uplift and inspire you. Let's remember these Bible verses. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Nothing can separate us from the love of God. Romans 8:39. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Everything is possible for one who believes. Mark 9:23. Resist discouragement and never surrender to it. Don't give in to a negative outlook. Fight against discouragement. Don't surrender. Christians are engaged in a spiritual battle. The devil constantly tries to discourage us because he knows that a disheartened Christian is weak. When we are discouraged, we lose our fighting spirit. That is why the enemy works hard to make us lose heart. But James 4:7 tells us, "Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." You can choose to give up and quit halfway, but great people refuse to surrender to discouragement. No matter how tired, frustrated, or afraid they are, they keep going. Greatness is not about talent. It is about perseverance. Keep pressing forward and never give up.